What's up, Taxi Driver? I don't really like this cover. It's all stylized, but it was pretty cheap. Yeah, I rewatched it. I watched it like I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. That's how much time passes these days. It feels like. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be considered really good. I did like it. I think my favorite thing about it, maybe a couple of things. It's kind of unique. It's not. It feels like it's like a portrait of this guy and of a town and the way he thinks about it, the way he reflects on it. It seems very personal in that sense. It's all from his point of view and his inner thinking and monologue. And yeah, it's kind of left open. I guess it's in New York. I'm such an idiot. I assume it's in New York. Like, is it a nice town? Is it dodgy? Are there sleazy, bad people? Because we see it all through the lens of this character of Travis Bickle. That's the other thing I like is Robert De Niro in that character is he's very innocent. Like he's just a kid, you know. This guy, he's just kind of weird. There's an interesting theme though, and I think maybe it is a bit more profound. Like because there are disasters that happen where people end up shooting people, and it's awful, and everyone debates gun laws whenever it happens. It's always terrible, and it's interesting to try to understand what happened. Why were they unstable? There's an interesting dynamic in this movie where hopefully not spoiling too much, but you should. I'd recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's like if you're a film buff, you should see it. You got to see it because it's very popular. It's got Bernard Herrmann music, this really nice sort of jazz theme, and then some other tension and like sort of drums suggesting maybe military. I think because he was in that Nam. Is it Nam or Nam? Vietnam veteran. Yeah, this yeah, but whatever on saxophone. Very nice. Does kind of repeat a lot, but yeah, the last movie score by Bernard Herrmann, his first one was Citizen Kane, and in between during his long career he did a whole bunch of Hitchcock movies. He's one of the best. He's probably my second favorite composer after John Williams, or certainly right up there. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's an interesting movie. But yeah, so spoilers. Yeah, the fact that he sort of he just walks in and talks to a girl, and maybe she kind of appreciates that, and he's just directed. He seems really sweet. He's really nice. That's the thing. He's very innocent. He has opinions, but he's very upfront. But maybe a little bit. It could also. He's also kind of lonely and isolated. I can relate to that. But hopefully more well adjusted. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a bad person, but it's like his chance to connect with reality or with society is to go out with this girl, and then he messes it up. Well, he takes her to I guess a porno flick or whatever, a cinema. But that's the thing. There are, he says, other couples go, and there are other couples there. And then I feel like she could have handled it better. She could have just. I can understand she might feel a bit weird about it, but all she had to do was say, "Look, can we leave? Is that okay?" And I think he would say, "Yeah, sure." Like, well, what's the matter? You don't. Okay, I don't want to upset you. And she's just got to realize he doesn't understand that that's weird to her, that it was too much. She could have said something before going in. I don't think he meant anything creepy by it. It was just something that he was used to. So maybe that was a problem as well, that he got into this habit of watching those movies as if that's normal. Although I don't see what the big, like, is it that bad? Is it, different people have different things that they like, and I'm pretty sure it was popular back then. It seemed to be almost treated as artistic, and people actually went to the cinemas to watch these pornographic films. Like, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, and then she just seems to be like, no, that's it, don't call it. He's like trying to apologize and say, he didn't, he's a nice guy and he likes her. And so it just seems weird. All she had to do, like, that was his chance to really connect with someone. And then I guess he goes to the other extreme of, like, despising people, and he may have some be right. I guess he's kind of a hero slash anti-hero, where what he ends up doing in the end, which is interesting because it's not that many people get killed. Again, I'm spoiling it, but it feels quite violent. Of quite visceral. Just the way it happens makes it seem worse. I think maybe because parts of it are slow motion or it's stylized, or even when I say stylized, also it feels kind of real for some reason. There's something about it. I guess part of its strength as well, this movie, is it's thought provoking. It's not, is he a good guy or a bad guy? Is he just unstable? Or was he somehow justified in what he did? I definitely think the ending, so when, after he's done what he does, the section right at the end, I did actually get a strong feeling watching it. I was like, really? He survived? Because he gets shot. I said, how could he survive that? That doesn't make sense to me. And it seemed very positive, like he's portrayed as a hero and he saved this girl. And Ebert, in his review, compared it to The Searchers, where John Wayne rescues a young girl from, like, who's been living with Native Indians, and it's never questioned whether she actually seems to get along with them. I don't know if she was kidnapped or exactly what happened, but it's like, it's assumed that she needs to be rescued by these savage Indians. Just as this movie kind of assumes that this young prostitute needs to be rescued from the pimp, when it might not be that bad a situation. She might not hate the position she's in. It's distasteful. It seems kind of messed up if a girl that age, has that kind of job. I don't know. I just know about the law, or if that's realistic, if that's common, or in New York at the time. I don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting kind of thing where it's not, in a way, it's not about her. It's about his passage to fighting these, like, evil, pathetic. It's interesting as well, the way he has to say these things, like they're slime, they're scumbags, they're dirty people or whatever. It's interesting when Marty Scorsese has a little cameo in the car, but I feel like some of those other subplots aren't fleshed out. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure what the movie's about, but it's interesting, and it's got style. It feels like it's moody. It captures a tone, a feel, and the inner workings of this guy, Travis Bickle, who's seems nice and innocent, but just I guess when you don't have proper interaction with society, with friends, family, a relationship with someone, you don't have anyone to bounce your ideas off and calibrate, and so he ends up just going with his own worldview and then going to sort of an extreme to try to fix a problem. And it's arguable, maybe he did something good, or maybe he had a good intention and that's all that matters, or maybe he was just unstable and is dangerous. I don't know. I would reflect on it as he is a nice person, but he needs to be accepted and connected with society. I don't know where his family is. I feel bad. Like, I don't know, did the war affect him? Am I missing the whole point of the movie? Sometimes I worry about that. There's a kind of a political figure in it. I don't know if that's really that relevant, that has much to do with it. But yeah, it doesn't seem clear exactly what his intentions are. He definitely seems his character's a little bit weird and a bit, but not in like a complete psychopathic way, just he needs something. He's missing something, some kind of love, or I feel like he's missing a parent figure for him, or someone to sort of just tell him some basic, I don't know, set some things straight for him. I don't know. Interesting movie. I don't know if it's a masterpiece, but I guess if I like it, and I've seen it twice now, and then if I see it again later, I might realize, it's actually pretty unique. I don't think there's many movies like it. I just feel like its message could be a bit clearer. And some of the scenes, like, I liked most of it, but not all of it's that exciting, and I don't know if all of it is relevant to what it's trying to tell, but that's how I feel. So, I don't know, it's a good movie. I'll have to revisit it again at some point. The violence feels a little bit unnecessary, and the ending just seems way too cute for him to survive, and then things turn out really well for him, considering the circumstances. I was like, that's his inner fantasy that's happening as he dies or after he dies. It's too good to be true. And to me, what's good about movies is it doesn't matter what the filmmakers say. It doesn't matter. That's a valid interpretation. Yeah, it's too cute. If things work out, it doesn't feel right for the movie. But also, I didn't want what happened to happen. I don't know, I just wanted him to find some meaning to his life without having to resort to violence. But anyway, alright, I'll leave it there. Bye. Thanks for watching.